Hello students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priya teacher, and today I am going to teach you science subject for class 7. So children, we started lesson number 11 and also we completed our major part of this lesson. That also we discussed in this lesson what is meant by blood, then what are the blood vessels, and what is the function of heart and what is the structure of heart. So these points we discussed in our previous sessions. Today also we are going to continue our lesson number 11 and we are going to learn about the some other transportation in human body. Okay. So let us start our lesson. Lesson number 11, transportation in animals and plants. Our next point, it is a excretion in animals. So next it is a 11.2, excretion in animals. So what is mean by excretion? So in our previous lesson we discussed that whenever there is a taking in food and also there is a throwing out waste products. So we know that if we need that useful nutrients, but also there are some molecules which are not useful from that food, and these molecules we should have to throw out from our body, otherwise if they will remain in our body, then it will cause some diseases to our body and also it will be harmful to our body. So that is why we should have to excrete these waste products. So let us know how that excretion occurs, or that excretory system works in our body structure or in human beings. Okay. So see what is mean by excretion. Excretion is the process by which waste products are removed from the body. So what is mean by excretion? Excretion, it means this is a process by which waste products. So after digestion, whatever waste products are there, or after the respiration, whatever harmful gases are there, because of that some harmful molecules are coming in our body, and these we should have to remove from our body. So this process, it is called as a excretion. And here you can see this is a excretory system. So excretion is done by the excretory system. So the human excretory system consists of kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So whenever there is a excretion of waste products, so for that excretory system works for this excretion process. Okay. And in human beings this excretory system is exactly look like this, or this is the structure of excretory system in human beings, or this is the structure of excretory system in human beings. So the human excretory system, so which parts are there which are going to form this excretory system? Which parts are there? So first one, it is a kidneys. So there are two kidneys in human beings which works for the excretion. So this is a main part of excretory system. Okay. So these kidneys, here you can see this is a 1 and this is a 2. So there are two kidneys are there, one is at the right side and one is at the left side. Okay. Then ureters. So these pipe-like structure which is coming from the kidneys, these are called as a ureters. Then this is a urinary bladder. Here you can see the urinary bladder and urethra. So whatever opening which is going to remove whatever that waste products are there in urinary bladder, that is going to remove from urethra. Okay. So these are the major parts of the excretory system in human beings. So the blood brings the waste products to the kidneys. When that blood brings the waste products to the kidneys, so whenever there is a transportation of blood, so whatever impurities are there, that or whatever waste products from that blood, it is going to transport to the kidneys. And when it brings to the kidneys filter the waste. So again kidneys are going to filter that waste and removes the waste as a urine. And from that blood, whenever there is a waste products are bring to the kidneys. The kidneys are going to filter that blood, and again some waste remains, and that waste it is called as a urine, okay, or in which form that waste is removed, that is called as a urine. So, the urine passes through the ureters into the urinary bladder. So, this urine, so here it is that waste as a urine in kidney, it is going to remove and it is going to pass to the urinary bladder by these ureters. Then from the urinary bladder, the urine passes out through the urethra, and this urine is going to pass out through the urethra. Okay. So, this is the function of excretory system of human being. Okay. So, then next point, it is a transportation in plants. So, what are transportation in plants? So, in plants, transport of food, water and minerals takes place through the special tissues called vascular tissues. So, we discussed about the animals, but how transportation occurs in plants, that also we have to discuss here in this lesson. So, transportation in plants. In plants, transport of food, water and minerals takes place through the special tissues. So, there are some special tissues which are working as a transportation part in plants. So, what is the name of these tissues? These are called as a vascular tissues. So, what is meant by tissue is given here. Tissue is a group of cells which performs a specialized function, and vascular tissues is the two types called xylem and phloem. So, whatever vascular tissues are there, these vascular tissues are again classified into, or these are having two types. Which two types? Xylem and phloem. So, what type of function they are going to perform? On this basis, these vascular tissues are classified into two types, which is a xylem and phloem. So, the roots have root hairs which absorb water and minerals from the soil. So, in plants, roots are having root hairs and which absorb. We know what is the function of root. So, what is the function of root? Correct. So, absorbing water from the soil, this is the main function of roots. So, when these roots are going to absorb water by the root hairs, and also with that water they are going to absorb minerals, okay, and this water and minerals this is going to absorb by the soil. So, the xylem tissue transports the water to the parts of the plant. Okay. So, which tissues are going to transport water to the plants or parts of the plants by the from the soil? So, these are the xylem tissue. So, xylem tissues are going to transport whatever water is absorbed from the soil and to the different parts of the plant, or we can say to the plants. Okay. Then next, food is prepared in the leaves. We know plants can prepare their own food, and that is why they are called as a autotrophs. So, food is prepared in the leaves, and the phloem tissue transports the food to all parts of the plant. Then when there is a food is prepared in plants, so this food also have to transport to plants other parts. Okay. So, we know that in which part mostly food is prepared. So, mostly food is prepared in leaves. So, when that food is prepared in leaves, so from leaves that food should have to transport to the other parts. It means roots, then stems, and also to the flowers. Okay. Whatever structure is there, other structures are there, to that structure food should have to be transported. So, which tissues are going to transport this food? So, the phloem tissue transports the food to all parts of the plant. So, which tissue are going to transport food? So, phloem tissues are going to transport food to the all parts of the plant which is prepared in the leaves. So, here you can see a structure is given, this structure is nothing but it is showing the xylem tissues and the phloem tissues. So how exactly xylem tissues look like and phloem tissues are looking like, are there. And here also some root hair epidermis, it means the whatever stem is there and root structure is there, and inside or internal structure or the section we can say here of a root we can see here, and in which we can see the xylem and phloem tissues. So see here root hair is given, then epidermis. So we know the protective layer of any living organism, it is called as a epidermis, which is the outer one. Then endodermis, in between after that there is a endodermis, then xylem. You can see these are the xylem tissues, then pericycle, phloem tissues are also there, and cortex is also there. In your textbook also it is properly shown in figure number 11.7. So in your textbook also you can see, if this figure is not observable for you, then you can see properly. Then next point, it is a transpiration. So what is mean by transpiration? So transpiration is the process by which plants give out water through the stomata in the leaves. So what is the transpiration? So transpiration is the process by which plants give out water through the stomata in the leaves. Then whatever water is there in the leaves, so that stomata in the leaves, that water is going to give out by the leaves, okay, through the stomata. So that is called as a, or this process is called as a transpiration. So the evaporation of water from the leaves produces a suction pool which can pool water to great heights in tall trees. So what happens here, whenever there are tall trees, so evaporation of that water from the leaves produces a suction pool which can pool water to great heights in a tall trees, okay. So here it is given the structure of that plant, which is going to show here evaporation from the leaves also, and that is the transpiration cycle, okay. So water passes up the tree trunk. From this soil you can see water is absorbed by the roots, and this is transported to the leaves and then different parts, it means stems, and from this water what happens here, so whenever there is a leaf structure or whenever there is a tall tree, so evaporation of that water takes place, and also these stomata are going to give out water, whatever extra water is there, or what after the food preparation, whatever water is there, that is also going to evaporate from the, or it is going to also give out through the stomata. So this is shown here in this diagram. Then we will see how that exactly human excretory system is going to perform for the
excretion in animals. Removal of wastes produced in the cells of various living organisms is called excretion. Many waste products are produced by the cells during various life processes. These products become toxic if retained in the body. So, there is a necessity for their removal. This process of removal of the toxic substances is excretion. The organs involved in excretion from the excretory system. Excretion in human beings. This is the human excretory system. The parts of human excretory system are a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, and urethra. Urethra opens through urinary opening called urethra for excreting. What is done in excretory system? The wastes present in the blood are removed, and this is a mechanism to filter blood. This process is carried out by the capillaries in the kidneys. As blood transports the wastes to the kidneys, it consists of both useful and harmful substances. the useful substances must be absorbed back into the body and the harmful substances should be removed from the body. Kidneys. Two kidneys are present in human beings. They are bean-shaped and reddish-brown in color. Each kidney has cells called nephrons, which are the functional units of kidneys. The reabsorption of water from the blood takes place in the nephrons. Ureters. The waste formed after removal of water from blood is called urine, and this reaches the urinary bladder through the ureters. Ureters are tube-like structures attached to the kidneys and open into urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is a bag-like structure which has muscles that can contract and relax. The urine that reaches the urinary bladder is stored here and excreted from time to time. Urethra. Urethra is the opening of the urinary bladder and excretes urine. An adult human being normally excretes 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in a day. Urine consists of 95% water, 2.
See, an adult human being normally excretes 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in a day, and also urine consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea and 2.5% of other waste products.
5% urea and 2.5% of other waste products. Waste from our body are also excreted in the form of sweat. Sweating keeps our body clean. Dialysis. We have learned that blood is filtered during excretion and is done by the kidneys.
So this is a dialysis. So in your textbook on page number 1 to 7, it is given that sometimes a person's kidneys may stop working due to the infection or injury. As a result of kidney failure, waste products start accumulating in the blood. So what happens here? Sometimes if kidney is not going to work, so because of that some products start accumulating in the blood. So it means they are going to remain there. Such persons cannot survive unless their blood is filtered. So I told you that if suppose these waste products are going to remain in our blood, then it will be harmful to our body. So that is why we should have to filter our blood. So we should have to make our blood pure, and then our body can work properly. Okay, so if suppose kidneys are not going to work properly, then whatever urea is going to separate from the blood as a waste product, and it is going to remove from the urethra or urine as per urine. So it will not removed from our body, so it will be very dangerous and very harmful to our bodies. That is why we should have to filter it. So how we can filter it? So because all whatever life processes are there, which occurs in our body, these are going to occur naturally. If suppose our body system is not going to work naturally, so how we can work or how we can make them work? So we can make here dialysis. Okay, so such persons cannot survive. So that is why we should have to periodically through an artificial kidney. Okay, so we have to filter that person's blood artificially. Okay, or we can make that person's kidney perform artificially. Okay, so by time, it means from by 8 days, by 15 days, we should have to do dialysis. So that process, it is called dialysis, in which blood is going to filter artificially. So that is called as a dialysis. And how the dialysis actually done, it is shown here in this video, so that you have to see carefully.
If in any case there is a failure in the functioning of kidneys, it would turn out to be harmful for the person. Such people cannot survive as waste products start accumulating in the body. In such people, blood is filtered artificially and the process is called dialysis. Excretory products in various animals. Aquatic animals like
So there is a question which is asked by Pahili from your textbook, that she is wondering that if whether other animals also urinate. So not every and each and every animals are not going to urinate because their habitats are different, their body structure is different. That is why the human beings are going to perform excretion with the help of excretory system. But how that excretion occurs or happen in other animals, that we should have to see by this
fishes
video here.
excrete ammonia. Lizards, birds and snakes excrete uric acid.
Okay children,
Excretion
so see
in
here it is
artificial
shown that
axis
whenever
is
there
called
is a fish,
Excretory products in various
so whatever excretion is there in a fish, so which waste product is there, so there is a ammonia. So in aquatic animals like fishes excrete cell waste as a ammonia, and how they are going to excrete it, so whatever water is going to come inside their body, and by this they are going to take in ammonia, or they are having ammonia as their waste product. And also some other animals are there which are birds, lizards and snakes, but the substance is different. So in human beings it is a urine, but in fish it is a ammonia, and with birds, lizards and snakes it is a semi-solid substance which is known as a uric acid, which is a white in color. So these are the waste
Animals.
products from the
Aquatic
different
animals,
types of
fishes,
animals, and that
excrete
should
ammonia.
have to be excrete
Lizards,
from our body,
birds and
otherwise it will be
snakes
harmful,
excrete
or we
uric
cannot
acid.
live after some years or after some time. So hope you understood whatever functions of excretory system in animals or in human beings also. So we will go for a next point, or we can say activities, from whatever activities are given in textbook that you can do at your home. So you have to perform these activities. So we will take a look of these activities. So see, activity 11.2 is here. We will see the activity 11.1. Whatever activity is there, I told you when I explained that how we can measure our pulse rate, that time I told you that you have to perform this activity. Okay, so this is a 11.1. So in this activity, whatever instructions are given like this, you have to perform this activity. Then next it is a 11.2. See, here it is a table of 11.1 that you should have to complete. Then 11.2 activity, it is making of stethoscope at your home. So it is very simple, this one. See, take a small funnel, with funnel and a simple pipe, whatever there is a balloon is also required here to make this stethoscope, and then you have to measure and you have to complete this 11.2 table. Then what I have to tell you, that here see on page number 126, this is the English physician William Harvey. So time duration it is a 1578 to 1657. So discovered the circulation of blood. So who discovered this? He is a scientist who was the English physician. Okay, so he was a English physician who discovered how a circulation occurs in human beings, or we can say circulation of blood. So the current opinion in those days was that blood oscillates in the vessels of the body. So whatever concept was there about the blood transportation or about the blood flow throughout the body, that the blood oscillates in the vessels of the body. For his views, Harvey was ridiculed and was called circulator. Okay, so what concept he gave us? So it is a circulator. So Harvey was ridiculed and was called circulator. So it means circulation. Why it is circulation? Because that blood is going to transport from body tissues to the heart, heart to the lungs, then lungs to the heart, and heart to the again body tissues. That is why it is called as a circulation, or that is why the scientist gave us that concept, it is a circulator. So he lost most of his patients. However, before he died, Harvey's idea about circulation was generally accepted as a biological fact. Though he was unable to explain this, his theory properly or completely, then also we accepted his theory about the circulation, or what idea he gave us about the circulation, we accepted that, and we done our research work, or we done our further study about the circulation after his death also. Okay, and nowadays we know how that circulation, or we got how that circulation system is there, circulatory system is there, and how it functions for the transportation of blood. Then one more activity is there, 11.3. See this activity 11.3. So this is about how these plants are going to show you that whatever transpiration process is there, and how these plants are going to grow. Okay, so this activity you have to read properly, and then you have to perform this, because these activities, whatever activities are there in this lesson, these are very easy activities, and these activities you can perform at your home. So hope whatever points from these, or whatever concepts from this lesson we discussed, all you understood each and every concept. Okay, so let us take a recap that what we discussed in this lesson. So in this lesson we discussed about what is mean by transportation, then how transportation occurs in human beings, then also we discussed that what is mean by blood, what is the function of blood, then what are the components of blood, and what are the functions of blood components. Then also we discussed blood vessels, types of blood vessels, and how these types of blood vessels, it means arteries and veins, are going to perform with the coordination with lungs and body tissues, and also heart. Okay, and also we learned about the excretory system in human beings, and also what are the waste products in other animals, and how they are going to remove these wastes from their body. And also we discussed about the transportation in plants and what is mean by transpiration. So hope students you got all these concepts clearly. So we will stop here. In our next session we will discuss our next lesson, or we will learn our next lesson. So I am going to stop here. Thank you.